Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. Some reaction to Talentless Nana Chapter 77, Siblings Part 1. So we got a nice cover page of Kyouya and Suma's sister with the page being torn, so cuts off one half of her, a part of her head where the title and everything goes. Alright, so at the end of the last chapter, we had seen Kyouya's sister in confinement, and now we got Tsuruoka asking how it feels to have lost the ability to use your talent. And she kind of just looks to her hand. And then Nakajima says, Tsuruoka, was your ultimate goal to take talents away from people? Taking away the human rights of talented individuals has certainly made it easier to perform experiments on them. We can even openly gather funds for research. Isn't that why you caused that political shift 3 years ago? And Tsuruoka says, you seem upset that your own cells are being used to produce new medicines. And then Nakajima says, not really. And it says, according to the reports, currently, the effect of the medicine are only temporary. It has to be administered regularly to suppress any symptoms. Don't talk about my talent like it's a disease, is what Nakajima says. Then Tsuruoka looks at him and says, the truth is, more often than not, talents cause misfortune. And then we see Ren just kind of silent, and then it's fading into a flashback. Says, hey Ren. She's playing a game called Danger Bomb. It says, today after my lectures, I went to the hospital. I was sent to the Office of Talented Individuals. And then Ren says, you finally went? Huh. Kyouya says, apparently I'm immortal. And then she says, come to think of it, your appearance hasn't changed in the last 2 years. And then Kyouya says, my hair hasn't grown out. I haven't been cutting my nails. I thought I might be dead, but... And then, Ren's like, what? You're not joking. And then this is bomb. The game. It says boom. And then Kyouya's like, nice, I win. And then, Ren says, hey, no fair, one more time. And then, he, messes with her hair. Says, go to bed, you still got a fever. And she's like, don't touch me, pervert. And then suddenly she starts coughing a lot. And he's like, are you okay? Hey. And she glares at him. And says, whatever, just one more game, come on. And it says, then it gets some Ren narrating saying, I have a congenital heart disease, catch colds easily, am often short of breath, and experience dizziness. Sometimes I even collapse from arrhythmia. So when I learned that my brother really was immortal, honestly I was jealous. And my brother, regarding his own creepy talent. My desire to help old people has increased slightly. Had only nonsensical things to say about it. So we see him hanging out with a bunch of old people. And singer on TV. It says, please listen to my song. And then, he says, Ren says, Kyouya, he got into old school idols, games, and Inca. Forget about this love. And then, Ren says, I was jealous of him, but then on my 15th birthday, I came to realize he wasn't actually so carefree. And see him eating, and Ren's like, why am I cooking by myself on my own birthday? And then Kyouya says, because your cooking tastes best. And then she says, can't actually tell how it tastes because you've got poor sense of smell. And then Kyouya just kind of really? And he says, I can, it's good. And then Ren says, could you at least take a break from studying while you're eating? And then she says, will you be able to graduate from college at the top of your class? Kyouya says, that's a long time from now. And this is, Ren says, spelled weird. It says, can even talented people become police officers? Which, yeah, he's reading a book on the law. And Kyouya says, thanks for your support. And then Ren says, that sounded like support to you? Yeah. And we're like asking. And then, yeah, she says, I'm being sarcastic, geez, you're so slow. And then Kyouya's like, you don't support me? And she just kind of, yeah, looks at him and has stuff about it. And she's like, I do. I do, okay, shut up. Oh, jeez. And it says, so anyway, let me give you your birthday present. And so I pull something out, and then she's like, can I open it? And yeah. She's all wondering what it is, and then it's a cup. And then, yeah, she's like, you know I'm a teenage girl, right? And then Kyouya says, the tea ceremony club at my college told me about it. I was allowed to attend a famous gathering for elders. And then Rin says, well, I can tell that it seems expensive. And Kyouya says, you can bet next year will be just as good. And then they notice their dad's late. Or Rin notes that, and then says, he ate almost all of it, because, yeah, he ate all the food. And then Kyouya says, it's a weekday, there shouldn't be traffic. And then, yeah, says, on his way home from the office, our father got in an accident. He crossed way over the center line while rounding a turn and crashed head-on into a 4-ton truck coming towards him. Falling asleep behind the wheel, we lost our mother at a young age, and our father supported our family on his own. Between my brother's tuition and my medical expenses, it was clear that he'd been working too hard. He died instantly. And so, yeah, and then you got Rin crying, Kyouya just, like, rooting, I guess, understandably. And then, yeah, Rin says, I kept crying for a while my brother didn't shed a single tear, but... And he says, Rin, please don't die. Please. Yeah, and then she realizes and says, in that moment I became painfully aware that my brother wouldn't die. Since, yeah, he's immortal. Since everyone around him can die, but he can't. And then she sings, narrates, would my immortal brother have to bury me alone? It says, even when we added up our father's legacy and the insurance payout, we weren't anywhere close to covering the damages owed from the accident. Our relatives quailed at the massive amount of owed and distanced themselves from us. So we waived our inheritance and began our impoverished life together. After our father's death, I frequently suffered from fevers. My brother, who was busy with classes and papers, worked to cover our living expenses. When he came home, he'd stay up all night taking care of me. I hated being a burden to my brother, so I pushed myself to get out of the house. And then someone says, Rin, I heard your brother is immortal. And then Rin says, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? I've only met him once. This other girl says, I've only met him once, but he's not. Doesn't he attend that top university? And Rin says, his dream is to become a police official. I don't think it suits his personality, though. And the girl beside her, I guess her friend, says, you say that, but you talk about your brother all the time at school. And Rin says, don't. He's actually a really disappointing person. There's so much I can say about him. And then he says, his hair is a rat's nest, and he reads some kind of kids manga called Humanity Girl. Yeah. And then she's like, on my birthday, and then she freezes, wobbles, and friend says, are you okay? And Rin says, no, I felt a little dizzy. And the girl says, should I call your brother and have him come get you? And then she says, no, please don't, anything but that. And it says, as someone who caused nothing but trouble for people around me, brother was the only thing I could be proud of. Bothering him was the last thing I wanted to do. When brother said he was quitting college, I was unbearably sad. And then Kyouya's like, I thought about becoming a private detective might be pretty good. And then Ren's like shocked, and yeah, Kyouya's like, you'll be my assistant and poke holes in my reasoning. And she says, brother. And Kyouya's like, doesn't that sound fun? And then she yells, brother, and looks at him. Yeah, she's mad and says, remember what you said when Mom died under suspicious circumstances? You said the police didn't even conduct a proper investigation. I don't remember much, but Mom was talented too, wasn't she? You said lots of talented people die suspicious deaths in this country, that the practice of sending them to the island was shady, so you said you'd solve that mystery. And then Ren's like, it's the money, isn't it? It's the money and me, isn't it? And then she's like, I'll be fine, I'll quit school so I can work. And then Kyouya says, work with your condition, and then he's like shocked, and then yeah, it's like she like looks down, and then she's quiet, and he says, I'm sorry. And then she says, I'm sorry for yelling too. And he says, in any case, go to school as much as your health allows it. Make more friends. Friends are good, right? And it says, suddenly I didn't know why I was attending college anymore. And then Ren says, huh? Trying to become a police officer was a mistake, but you're right. Mom, huh? And then he like looks over and says, that's my dream. And then Ren, notes what we found out a few chapters ago. He says, my brother would frequently forget things. At the time, I thought he was making some kind of joke again. But starting that day, my brother suddenly made the decision to begin keeping a journal. So yeah, good chapter. We got backstory with Ren on leading up to the events, I guess, of her disappearance, most likely. We see at the start, she's been captured by Tsuruoka, apparently had her ability taken away from her, and so she can't, like, move, seemingly. Well, yeah, and then we got a flashback for the rest of the chapter about their relationship and things like that. But yeah, be sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews. Check links down below to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord, and I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.